Hello there. It's me, Fate, again. You did not expect another video, did you? Because you thought I was gonna quit, huh? So today we're pretty much gonna be at least trying to go through as much as we can today, because today I'm planning on going to the gym again, because that's pretty much what I've been doing now. And I also want to try to keep this video a bit shorter, because first off, I don't want to make you guys watch like a full hour of gameplay, and I also don't want to edit so much that would turn out to be so little. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. You're gonna carry that weight? I am gonna work out today, actually. And we're back. Hey guys, again, welcome back to Doki Doki Blue Skies. We have some unfinished business. We gotta get our girl Yuri and the best tsundere Natsuki. And yet again, it's also kind of sad how they didn't include Monica for this mod. But at least we're back. That's the good thing. And we gotta make sure that we gotta keep this audio to the best that it can be, because this music is the best. I'm sorry that I can't be entertaining for you guys. I'm too boring. But without further ado, let's continue where we left off. Let's see. Sunday, June 20th, 2021. This does not feel good anymore. It hurts. Okay, well, I thought of it actually, and I think it's best if I go for, Yuri. Natsuki can wait. I'm gonna see if I can get Yuri first, and then after that we can pretty much move to DDLC Plus. And when we're done with DDLC Plus, we'll just go with back to this mod, because I want to be, I guess you can say, a DDLC YouTuber. Even though I'm like 3 years late into the hype. Let's see. Okay. This song is so good, but it's so horrifying to listen to. Romance Dream Captive. I'm requited. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry, Sayuri. It's not your turn right now. Damn. Wow. Okay, let's see how this goes. Hello, fancy meeting you here. Damn it. What a coincidence, huh? Seriously, speaking of though, I'm happy to see you back here. I would have been disappointed if you ran away on us. I enjoyed myself last time, so why wouldn't I come back? True enough, haha. Feel free to make yourself at home before we start on our club activities. Thanks, will do. Well, back to the literature club. Sayori and I were the last to come in, and so everyone else is already hanging out. Mello, back to see you again. Who knew that something so simple could warrant so much thanks? First Monica, not Yuri. I know that it may be overwhelming to to be thrown into a new hobby so suddenly, much less an organization centered around that hobby. So don't hesitate. Let me know if you need any help, or any other club member for that matter. That is to say, feel free to ask any one of us for assistance. Right, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. God, those eyes. Don't worry though. It's not like I never read anything before. I may remember to write a poem today, if you believe it. We'll believe it when we see it. Typical tsundere, by the way. Hey, it's not like I it's not like I need to have a university degree to write a poem. It was just like another school assignment. Although it might be a little new to me. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to write a poem. A bad poem, you mean? She got me there. And that's why I never said I wrote a good poem. Natsuki smirks at me, seemingly pleased that I'm not offended by her teasing. Well, good is often subjective when it comes to subjects like these. I'm sure you'll do fine, Mello. Well, thanks. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Try not to overhype my work, though. Yeah, Yuri, if you keep your expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. Besides, I bet this is the first extracurricular Mello's done since high school started. So extra work is probably really foreign to him. Again, she's not wrong, but she doesn't have to say it like that. Yeah, isn't Natsuki a freshman in high school? Jeez. Natsuki, you're being unfairly harsh. Mello, what do you say your main hobbies are? Well, she's really putting me on the spot here. I know I'm playing into your teasing right now, but yes, I spend a lot of time playing games and watching anime. That's all you need to know. That's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. What? That's true. Natsuki sputtered to a halt. Looks like a certain someone knows how to dish it out, but can't take it. Manga is literature. I searched this up, and it turns out manga is not literature. So Natsuki loses that one. Swiftly defended, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Mello always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Well, he's always been there when I need it. When we were kids, he'd always be around to help me with stuff he hate. Oh, so you two are childhood friends? I glanced at Sayori despite her chibi recollection of her childhood memories just then. Yuri's question is a reminder that we haven't spent much time together in a long time. It's a tad awkward. Yeah, we've known each other for a while, haven't we? We smile at each other. I'm really hoping we can use the clubroom to reconnect. Such a history with one another. I imagine you shared much together. You can say that. Would you believe Sayori is still as clumsy now as she was 10 years ago? Hey, Mini, that's not true. That pal. Like every type of expression that Sayori makes is just beautiful. It hits me in my heart. Oh, need I tell Yuri about the time you tried to cook lunch and almost set the house on fire? Her face turns pink and she wishes to interrupt me. Anyways, I'm sure you two could be good as friends. After all, you're both in the literature club now. Oh yeah, looking forward to it. Yuri looks hopeful at hearing this, although I can't help but wonder. Given the maturity and intelligence she carries so elegantly, and how her passion for reading is much stronger than my own, will it be as easy as Sayori think it is? Still, it's worth a try at least. Yay! Oh, Yuri, even brought something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? It's not much really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll like it. What is it, Yuri? Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I was going to wait to give it to you at the appropriate time, but I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. No, I ruined the surprise. The two girls both look down, look dolefully down. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So this is still a pleasant surprise to me. Just knowing that you went through the effort to get me something makes me feel really welcomed. No matter what, I'm sure it'll make me happy. Is that so? Of course, thanks for being so considerate, Yuri. You're welcome. It was the least I can do anyway. if that's the case, here it is. Reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Isn't this the book from yesterday? Upon seeing the confused look on her face, she hastens to explain. I thought you might like to have your own copy so you can read it on your own as well. I honestly don't know what to say. How is that she's only known for me a day and she's already done something this thoughtful for me? Oh, Yuri, thank you. That's really thoughtful of you, but you didn't have to do that for me. I kind of feel bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I just I understand if you don't want to read it with me anymore. So honestly, she gets more adorable by the minute. Please, it's fine. I love to read it with you. I just wasn't expecting you to buy me a copy of my own. Are you sure? I don't want to force you. Seriously, Yuri, I'm sure. After all, I grin at her. It is a good book. She timidly returns a smile, relaxing a little bit. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you seem to think so. So, are you liking it so far? She looks at me with wide, expecting eyes. She must be really worried that I'm not enjoying it as much as her. To be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised with a horror. While horror isn't really my thing, it really kept my attention. Even though I haven't gone very far yet, I found myself feeling sorry for the protagonist. The language is pretty engaging. It certainly makes me think about it. As I push the book, her face grows as visibly more relieved, and her eyes light up as I mentioned the language. I'm glad you think so. One not only needs to look for what is being said, but how it's phrased. It can entirely change the desired message. Wouldn't you agree? Oh boy, I hope I don't get into an in-depth discussion about the language. I'm still nowhere near Yuri's level with this sort of thing. Oh, totally. I never really thought about it until you brought it up with me. You really made me look. You really made me look at as it with a bit more scrutiny than I would normally. I don't know how to say that word. She blushes at me, turning away slightly. Really? I helped you with that? I have to admit, you really managed to open my eyes to this sort of thing. Or should I say, my third eye. Oh, Yuri's silence makes me nervous. Did I make a mistake? You know, because the book mentions the third eye and then there was an eye on the cover. Ah, I see. Probably not my best comment on the actual continuation of the pun. Come on, me. Damn it. Come on. So proud. Oh, I see you were making a joke. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No worries, I just thought it was a good pun. She smells bashfully. Oh yes, it was quite humorous, isn't it? Phew, I didn't think it mean I think that means everything is okay now. I mean, honestly, that was kind of a good pun. Now that everyone's settled in, expect Mona to cook up the schedules activities for the club. Like the poetry thing, I already sealed myself for the critique. I'll probably be receiving, but it seems that we have some downtime before then. Ah well, looks like I won't be able to just immediately get over it with. What are the others doing now? Sari and Monica are having a cheerful conversation in the corner. Probably discussing club matters, given that they're president and vice president. As expected, Yuri's face is almost buried in a book. I can't help but notice the intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuka's roaming around the closet. A few huffs of annoying sound from her direction every once in a while. I'd love to talk to Yuri a bit more, especially after she gave me that book. However, she seemed to be focused on her own book. I'm worried I might just distract her. As she lifts up the turn of the page, I get a glimpse at the cover. It's the same book that she gave me, and it looks like she's only just started it. Ah. Oh, damn. I hope she doesn't think I was staring at her. Our eyes meet, but her eyes dart away quickly. Sorry. No, it's fine. I didn't mean to stare. I was just spacing out a little bit. Oh, well, if I had been actually concentrating, I would have noticed. I meant to ask though. Isn't that the book you gave me? Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, that face right there. It's one of my favorites, so I thought I gave it another read though. Not for any other reason, I assure you. I see. But why do you have two copies of the same book? Ah, well, I know I lent you I lent you the book yesterday, but I figured you might feel more comfortable with your own copy. But I know that I always feel more at ease when I'm handling my own belongings. If an accident happens, there's less at stake if you damage someone else's property. So you're probably less clumsy than I am, though. Yuri, the even graceful girl, thinks that she's clumsy. Now I'm pretty sure I'm just as clumsy as you. I'm not more so. Oh right. Anyways, after our meeting adjourned yesterday, I went to the bookstore to get you a that's to say I forgot I already had a copy and accidentally bought another, and it seemed like it was a waste just to hold on to it. Couldn't you have just returned it though? Well, they already closed, so there's something fairly obvious that Yuri is obviously isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm glad that you gave it to me. I'll get started on it right away. That makes me happy to hear. It's the kind of story that really draws you in. If you're not careful, you can lose track of time very easily. I know I've opened it for some light reading before bed, only to close it and find out the sun's rising. I'm sure that won't happen to you though. You'll be able to get enough sleep as usual. That is, unless you generally find yourself lacking sleep, in which case you should go to bed earlier. But you can do whatever you want. I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries, my bounds. Don't worry about it, Yuri. I'll be sure to read it earlier in the day. You mind telling me a bit more about it? Oh, I love to. Where do I begin? Yuri delectably closes the book where her eyes scanning the cover. Well, actually, I don't think I could give an adequate explanation of my own. If I were to tell you more about the story than I did yesterday, I would lose a lot of its impact. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm brushing you off. That's not what I intend. It's alright, Yuri. Come to think of it, you did summarize it well enough already. Yes. I'm sorry. It seems I seem to get lost in my own mind whenever I talk about these kind of stories. Don't you have anything like that, Mello? I guess so. Yuri nods with a delicate smile. Everyone has a deeply held interest that stirs with passion within their heart. I suppose for me, it would be novels, and Yuri cut herself off, as though she was about to say something she didn't want to say. Well, you know what I mean. What got you into these sort of stories, though? I gestured towards the book in her arms. Do your parents enjoy them as well? Yuri pauses for a moment, shyly looking down at her feet. She seems to be going over what she was going to say in her head. I always had interest in the macabre. This genre can easily throw you for a loop. While many stories are simply content to introduce antagonists and condition the reader to root against them, books like this can find a way to flip the narrative on its head. So you might initially find yourself relating to the protagonist. You might suddenly find out that they're their own worst enemy. That they're their own worst enemy. I'm rambling, aren't I? Please forgive me. I really should try to think about others more. Yuri, I promise you, I'm not mad at you. You're just passionate, which is pretty cool. Is it? It is. For a brief moment, a tiny smile teases at the corner of Yuri's mouth. Well, I'll try not to worry about it too much. but sometimes I get distracted when I think about books and writing. I forget where I am and start speaking in my mind. So please forgive me if I say anything unusual. And if it seems I'm not paying attention, please let me know. I really don't think you need to worry about that, Yuri. This is the literature club. This is a literature club after all. It isn't that sort of thing that we should discuss anyway. I suppose so. So on that note, would you like to read a bit together? Eh, you don't think you don't need to force yourself to spend time with me if you don't want to. But what if I do? You really want to spend your time with me? Of course, Yuri. Book in hand, I slid into the desk next to Yuri. Ah, is everything okay? Yes. I'm totally sorry, Mello. I'm just not. I'm accustomed to reading in company. It's usually being a solitary affair for me. You see. Yeah, I can understand how this might be a bit unsettling for you. If it gets too overwhelming, let me know. I won't be offended if you need some space. All right. I opened the book, allowing the hardcover to flop against the desk. As I read through the prologue, I noticed Yuri glancing over at my book. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't comforting in a way, but it's somewhat distracting. I hope I wasn't distracting you, Yuri. Why do you apologize all the time? You really done nothing wrong, do I? I can't help it, I suppose. It's like it's like an involuntary reflex. Involuntary reflex, dumbass. If I preemptively apologize, it'll lessen both my disappointment in myself, as well as others' disapproval of me. I didn't mean to make things so awkward. Sorry. I mean, it's okay. Don't worry about it. How about we do this? I push two desks together, then slide my book between the two of them. Ah, I suppose that works. Yuri puts her own copy away and shifts a bit closer to me. I study the thing side of the book between my thumb and forefinger, and Yuri does the same with the other side. Perfect. Now we can both go through this at the same pace. Yes. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. Ah. I remember this. I remember this. The two of us are huddled closely together over the book, carefully reading it. I can see Yuri's gentle face in my peripheral vision. She has a stern, focused expression, her eyes slowly scanning each page. Do you need a bit more time with this page? Sorry, I guess I'm not too quick of a reader. I look over and our gazes meet. The core of sparkling to her eyes. Gosh, she's so beautiful. Ah, it's quite alright, Mello. Ah, we can go whatever pace you're comfortable with. After all, you've been so patient with me today. It'll only be fair for me to return your favor, wouldn't it? Thanks. So try not to take too long. The two of us continue reading in relative silence. Even though we're so quiet, we each turn the page feels as though we're connected. As I let go of the page, it gently floats over to here, and she delicately slides it under her thumb. Mello, having been absorbed by the story, Yuri reels me back in. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. It's fine. What were we going to say? Well, I suppose I wanted to thank you for this. I had always hoped that I could find someone to share my interest in books with. I never really had anyone to read with me before. Having someone else but be there is nice. Hey, I'm glad. Really, I would have thought that you at least had some reading, had done some reading with your family. Well, yes, I did when I was younger, but oh. She trails off, not finishing the thought. I decided not to press her further on it right now. Yuri takes a slow, deep breath. I'm just happy that you're here for me. I mean, with me. Oh God, it's a game, but it's still adorable. Not that I would want you to be there for me or anything, but I can't believe I messed things up again. Wait, Yuri, I don't think you've done anything wrong. If anything, I think that's a compliment. You do? I'm sure. If I'm being honest, I enjoy your company as well. I. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share our poems today with each other. I can't read at all. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Oh. Yuri sighs dejectedly, looking down at the floor. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not that. Don't worry about me, I'm alright. Yuri lets go for book and closes the cover, handing it back to me. We got through a fair bit today, didn't we? Do you mind if I continue a bit further on my own? Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? You don't have to limit yourself on my behalf if you don't want to keep reading. After all, I already finished the story before. Well then I guess we'll continue reading a little bit tonight. Then we'll have a bit more to talk about tomorrow. Yes, that's a good idea, Mello. Just be sure to let me know how far you get so I can avoid spoilers for you. I skimmed through the book to find the page where we left off and fold it slightly to mark for later. By the way, did you remember to write a poem, right? Don't worry. I'm not that much of a slacker. I got it right here in my bag. I rifled through some straight papers to pull out the page that I wrote my poem on. Well, I can't help but feel like a little nervous. I have to admit that I'm excited now. Talking to these girls has really calmed my nerves, and now it's just I'm eager to show them my poem. After all, judging by each girl's personality, I doubt that anyone would say anything nasty about it. Well, Natsuki, I don't know if she's unduly harsh though. He just seems to like the type of person who enjoys ribbing on her friends. Either way, I hope they realize that I put hard work into it. I figured that it would be only fair to repay their own warm welcome by showing effort into the club activities. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share your poems with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a neat black composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. She's going to pull us all. She's going to put us on the shame. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. Whom should I show my poem to first? Well, I might leave it off here because I don't want to make this videos way too long. Because otherwise, if that would be the case, no one would even watch them. But this would be a good place to stop. We'll go with the poems later on. But anyways, thank you guys for watching today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you actually enjoyed. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.